Hello, my dear students. You all are welcome to my geography class. Today, I am here to discuss with you all a new chapter from the book India, People and Economy. The chapter which I am going to discuss today is chapter number 2, Migration, Types, Causes and Consequences. This is the chapter which I am going to discuss today. So today the topic we will be discussing about migration and its types. Okay, we will be discussing about migration and its types. So let us proceed to the discussion. See, what is migration actually? Migration is basically the movement of people from one place to another for various purposes. Okay, or it can also be said that migration is the movement of people from one place to another, maybe for job opportunities, okay, for education, for enjoying better livelihood and all. Okay, actually in our country the migration was first recorded during the census in the year 1881. Okay, so migration is a very important phenomena, okay, in the population growth, because it adds population to the population. Okay, so this migration, or you can say the data of the migration, was first recorded during the first census of India, which was conducted in the year 1881. Okay, this data of migration were recorded on the basis of place of birth. Okay, like from which place they have migrated and all. So on the basis of place of birth the migration data was recorded. Okay, but after 1881 census the first modification, okay, which was introduced in regarding migration was during the year 1961 actually. Okay, and during the year 1961 two additional components were added to study about the migration, okay, of our country. That is the place of birth, okay, village or town, and duration of residence if they have born somewhere else. Okay, so place of birth and duration of residence. Okay, these are the two new components which has been added, okay, in 1961 to study in details about the migration. Further, in the year 1971, additional information on place of last residence and duration of stay at the place of enumeration means, at the place of enumeration means the place, okay, where the census is being conducted, okay, were incorporated. Information on the reason for migration were incorporated in the year 1981. Okay, so the information on the reason for migration means why the people are migrating, okay, that reasons for migration were incorporated during the census year 1981. Okay, and modified in the consecutive censuses. Okay, so this is what about migration actually. Okay, so migration is basically the movement of the people from one place to another for various purpose. Okay, and these various purpose may include, okay, job opportunities, education facilities, marriage, okay, maybe political conflict, okay, maybe natural calamities. Okay, these are the various factors, okay, because of which people migrate actually. See, so as I said that two main components were incorporated, okay, to have a detailed study about migration, and these two components were the place of birth and the place of residence. So here you can see in the census of India migration is enumerated on two bases. Okay, one is the place of birth, another one is the place of residence. See, what is this place of birth actually? If the place of birth is different from the place of enumeration, then those people are known as the lifetime migrant. Suppose now the census is being conducted, a person who is settled in a particular city, okay, and during the time of census, if he will be asked the question that whether he is an original resident of those place or he has migrated from somewhere else. So if he says that he has migrated from some other place, okay, so that will be the place of birth actually, and he will be considered as a lifetime migrant. Okay, and that person will be considered as a lifetime migrant. See, On the basis of place of residence, if the place of last residence is different from the place of enumeration, and those persons are known as migrant by place of last residence, means the place where they have stayed during the last census, okay, is different from the place where they are staying now. Okay, that is known as the place of residence, migration on the basis of place of residence. Okay, and those peoples are known as the migrant by place of last resident actually. Okay, so these are the two important bases, okay, for enumerating migration on the basis of place of birth and on the basis of place of residence. See, migration, as I said that we will be discussing about the types of migration. So migration can be divided into various types. Okay, sometimes we see that the people migrate from one city to another, from one state to another within a country. Okay, and those migration, okay, those people who migrate within a country, okay, that is known as the internal migration. Even sometimes we see that the people they migrate, okay, to other countries. Even people from the other countries they migrate to our country. Okay, so that is an example of international migration. So let us study first about internal migration. Okay, that is the migration which takes place within a country. So when the people they migrate from one place to another within a country, it is termed as internal migration. Okay, and it has four different streams, or it can be said that this internal migration can be divided into four different types. One is the rural to rural migration, rural to urban migration, urban to urban migration, and urban to rural migration. Okay, these are the four different types of internal migration. Now, let us study in details about these four different types of internal migration. See, what is rural to rural migration? Rural to rural migration basically refers to the movement of the people from one rural area to another rural area. Okay, so many a times we see that some of the people living in the rural areas they migrate to some other rural areas. Okay, those kind of migration is known as the rural to rural migration. Okay, for example, basically in the rural areas we see that when the females they get married, okay, they get married to the nearby villages or some other rural areas and all. So in that case rural to rural migration takes place. Or even sometimes we see that the agricultural laborers, okay, they migrate from their own place, okay, or from their own state to some other state to work as an agricultural laborer in some other states and all. Okay, so that also involves rural to rural migration. So here one best example can be given that the agricultural laborers migrating from Bihar to Punjab. Okay, so the agricultural laborers who are there in Bihar, they are basically living in the rural areas. Okay, so in order to earn some extra income, okay, in order to earn extra wages, what they do, they migrate to the rural areas of Punjab where they work as an agricultural laborer. Okay, and that is known as the rural to rural migration. The next, number 2, rural to urban migration. This is the most important type of migration of all the four types of internal migration. Okay, rural to urban migration. Basically, when the people they migrate from the rural areas to the urban areas, okay, it is known as the rural to urban migration. And in our country, most of the people who are involved in migration or those who have migrated, okay, they have migrated from the rural areas to the urban areas. Why? Why this migration happens from the rural areas to the urban areas actually? See, rural to urban migration basically takes place, okay, when people living in the rural areas, okay, they find it difficult to find employment opportunities. Okay, like the students of the rural areas, they find it difficult to get proper education and all. So in that case, the people living in the rural areas they migrate to the urban areas, okay, for earning extra income, for better job opportunities and all. The students living in the rural areas they migrate to the urban areas for better studies, okay, for better facilities and all. Okay, so in our country majority of the migrants they have migrated from the rural to urban areas, and this is the reason that that you can see that in most of the urban areas, okay, majority of the population have migrated from the rural to the urban areas. Okay. The next, urban to urban migration. Urban to urban migration is another type of internal migration, and in this case the people living in the urban areas, they migrate to some other urban area. Okay, for example, people living in Kolkata migrated to Bangalore or Mumbai. So what is happening here? A person is migrating from one city to another, isn't it? So migration is taking place from one urban area to another. Okay, so that is known as the urban to urban migration. Okay, and why this kind of urban to urban migration happens? Because people living in the smaller towns and the cities, okay, when they find better employment opportunity or better facilities and all, or if they want to live in better condition, what they do, they migrate to some of the big cities and all. So in that case, urban to urban migration takes place. Okay, even because of job opportunities, okay, because of many people getting transfer from one area to the another area, okay, urban to urban migration takes place. And the fourth one, that is the internal migration. Okay, the fourth one of internal migration is the urban to rural migration. Okay, even people migrate from the urban areas to the rural areas. Okay, there are many cases of people migrating from the urban areas to the rural areas, and in that case, okay, the migration which takes place is known as the urban to the rural okay, urban to rural migration. Okay, so many a times we see that the people, okay, they does not want to live in the congested areas of the towns and the cities. Okay, so what they do, they migrate to the adjoining suburban areas or the rural areas and all. Okay, and they make their houses over there. So that is urban to rural migration. Okay, even sometimes you may be seeing that many of the people, those who have like those who are migrant, those who are staying in the rented house and all in the urban areas and all. Okay, so as because the cost of the houses rent is very high, so sometimes they prefer to live just outskirt of the cities so that they can get the land at a cheaper price, so that they can have their own house and all. So in that case also urban to rural migration takes place. Okay, so this is what about the four types of internal migration. Okay, so internal migration is basically the migration of the people within a country. Okay, and there are four streams of internal migration, or you can say there are four types of internal migration. That is the rural to rural, rural to urban to urban, and urban to rural. Okay, so I hope you all are clear about these types of internal migration. Okay, so now let us move to the next. Okay, so basically in our country India, okay, there are many people who migrate from the rural to rural areas, who migrate from the rural to urban areas, from urban to rural areas, and from urban to urban areas actually. So basically what do we notice, that the females, okay, that the females, they predominate the streams of short distance rural to rural migration in both types of migration. Okay, in both types of migration, the females, they basically predominate the short streams of, okay, they basically predominate the short distance migration, means from one rural area to another. Contrary to this main predominate the rural to urban stream of interstate migration due to economic reason. So in contrary to the female migrants, the males are more in number, okay, which involves rural to urban migration actually. And in our country India, okay, in our country India, as per 2001 census, 5 million persons have migrated. Okay, as per the 2001 census, around 5 million people have migrated to our country from the neighboring countries. Okay, out of this 96% came from the neighboring countries. Okay, 3 million people have migrated from Bangladesh to India, followed by Pakistan 0.9 million, Nepal, from Nepal 0.5 million people they migrated, and even there are many refugees who are included in the list of migrant peoples, like 0.1616 million refugees they have migrated, okay, to our country India from Tibet, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, and Myanmar. Okay, so in our country, both the internal and the international migration plays a very major role in the population growth and the distribution, because we see that within the country, okay, the distribution of the population is there because of the 4 different types of internal migration, and even in our country, okay, there is a population growth because of internal migration, because of international migration, when people migrate from the other countries to our country. Okay, but even there are people who are migrating from our country India to the other countries also. Okay, and people of Indian origin can be found in more than 100 countries of the world actually. Okay, see, as far as immigration from India is concerned, it is estimated that there are around 20 million people of Indian diaspora spread across 110 countries. So as I said that from India also the people they migrate to the other countries. So people of Indian origin or Indian diaspora, okay, they are spread across 110 countries, and how many people? Around 20 million people they have migrated. Okay. So here are the two questions for you. Okay, these two questions are very important questions, understanding based questions, because just now we discussed about the female and the male migration. So these two questions are very relevant to the topic actually. Okay, see, why are the numbers of females migrating from rural to rural areas higher? Okay, so this is one question very important. So in that case you can write the answer in this way, that the number of females migrating from rural to rural areas is higher because the females they does not prefer a long distance migration. This is one reason, and another, the female from one rural area, okay, they get married to the person from another rural area. So in that case, okay, female migration is higher, okay, from one rural area to another. Next, why is the male migration higher from rural to urban areas? Okay, so this answer is very simple. The male migration is higher from rural to urban areas because in the rural areas the employment opportunities are limited, okay, whereas in the urban areas more employment opportunities are there. So the male they migrate from the rural areas to the urban areas to earn more, okay, to avail the better employment opportunities provided by the towns and the cities actually. Okay, so these two questions are very much important questions, okay, like the topic which I have discussed till now from there. See, now we are going to discuss about international migration. Okay, international migration basically involves the migration of the people from one country to another. Okay, when people migrate from his own country to some other country, that is known as international migration. Okay, this international migration can be divided into two types: immigration, E-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration, okay, and I-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration. So here you see E-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration. What does it mean actually? When a person leave his own country and, okay, when a person leave his own country and to live into a new country, the process is known as immigration. That means when a person, okay, for example, I'm just giving you an example. When an Indian he migrates from India to Canada, suppose, so in that case the process which is involved is known as immigration, E-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration. And for the people of our country, for India, that particular person will be considered as immigrant, E-M-I-G-R-A-N-T, E-M-I-G-R-A-N-T, immigrant. Okay, so please remember one again, when a people, okay, they migrate from his own country to some other country, so for his own country the process is immigration, and for the people of his own country he will be considered as an immigrant, E-M-I-G-R-A-N-T, immigrant. Okay, and immigration, I-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration basically means the country where, the new country where a person is migrating, okay, the process is known as immigration. The people for those new country is known as immigration. See, basically if we say that a people from Sri Lanka has migrated to our country India, so for India actually the process will be immigration, I-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration. Okay, and that particular person will be known as an immigrant, I-M-M-I-G-R-A-N-T, immigrant means foreigner. Okay, see, on the other hand, when a person, that is a foreigner from a different country, travel into a particular country, the process is known as immigration, I-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N, immigration. So in this case it is little bit confusing because both the terms, okay, pronunciation is almost same, only there is a difference in the spelling. So you have to remember by the spelling, okay, the process EMIGRATION, immigration, and immigration, IMMIGRATION, immigration. So these are the two types of international migration, and I hope you are clear about this international migration. Okay. See, spatial variation in migration. Okay, the distribution or you can say the variation in migration within our country. As I said that the people, they migrate from one rural area to another, from urban areas to rural areas, from urban to urban areas, from rural to urban areas. Okay, so sometimes what happens, the migration, okay, this four different types of internal migration, it involves migration from one state to another also. Okay, so in that case there is a variation in the number of migrants and all. Okay, and also the reasons varies actually. So we will be studying about the spatial variation in migration. Say some states like Maharashtra, Delhi, Gujarat and Haryana, they attract migrants from the other states such as Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, etc. Okay, so the states like Maharashtra, Delhi and Gujarat and Haryana, they attract the migrant from which state? They attract the migrant from the state of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, etc. That means many of the people from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and all, they have migrated to the state of Maharashtra, Delhi, Gujarat and Haryana. Okay, so in terms of this state-wise data, okay, occupied Maharashtra occupied first place in the list of 2.3 million net in migrants. Okay, so Maharashtra is the state which has the highest number of in migrants. That means people from other states have migrated to Maharashtra. Okay, how many people? Around 2.3 million people have migrated to Maharashtra from the other states. Okay, followed by Delhi, Gujarat and Haryana. So these are the four states, okay, which receives the highest number of in-migrants, and the state which receives the highest number of in-migrants is Maharashtra. Okay, second highest is Delhi, third is Gujarat and the fourth highest is Haryana. On the other hand, if we say about out migrant, means the people who leave their own state and they migrate to some other state. So in that case, Uttar Pradesh is the state, okay, Uttar Pradesh is the state from where around 2.6 million people have migrated from Uttar Pradesh to other states. Okay, and Bihar, from Bihar around 1.7 million people have migrated to some other states. Okay, so Maharashtra is the state which receives the largest number of in-migrant, and Uttar Pradesh is the state which has the largest number of out-migrant. Okay, this is state-wise data. And if we talk about the urban agglomeration or the mega cities, okay, among the urban agglomeration, Greater Mumbai received the higher number of in-migrants. Okay, it received the higher number of in-migrants, and intra-state migration constituted the largest share in it. Okay, from one state to another migration actually. So the city or the urban agglomeration which receives the highest number of in-migrant or which has the highest number of in-migrants is Greater Mumbai. Okay, because people from UP, Bihar, okay, people from the other states of our country, okay, they have migrated to Maharashtra. Okay, and in Maharashtra, in Mumbai, particularly in Mumbai, the people has migrated. Okay, so Greater Mumbai is the urban agglomeration where the largest number of in-migrants are there. Okay, so this is what about the spatial variation of migration within our country actually. Okay, so I hope you all have understood about this topic, and from this topic there are few short questions which are very important, like which urban agglomeration receives the largest number of in-migrant, which state has recorded the largest number of in-migrant, which state has recorded the largest number of out-migrant, what are the different streams of international migration, okay, what are the different streams of internal migration, what do you mean by migration. Okay, so these are the few questions which are very important. Okay, so thank you my dear students.